Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Realm of Fries podcast, episode number 21, for whenever we decide to upload this. I am your host, as always, Five Large Fries, and joining me today is none other than Mr. Flatline Plays.
Well, huzzah.
And Inferno would be with us, but real life things that if he wants to talk about, he can talk about that at some point. But I'm not going to divulge personal stuff on the podcast, but just everything. Hopefully everything's all right, but that's we'll leave it there. Anyway,
Let him explain.
yeah, exactly. A couple of things to note going forward with this podcast. So I didn't really announce it fully like in the last one, but we're going to be going on a bi-weekly upload schedule from now on. So we'll have this coming out, and then in the following week there won't be one, and then the week after that there will be one. So that's going to be the upload schedule for the podcast going forward. So I'm really excited for that. It does
give us some more news to talk about in between.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you'll get like 1 week where nothing will happen, and a week after, like, loads of stuff happens, and you know, it just allows you to sort of have more things to talk about rather than, oh, what have you been playing? Oh, I've been playing this. Oh, okay, cool. You've been playing that. Okay, cool. And then that's it basically.
That's the podcast. Yep.
Yeah, that's your podcast.
Wee.
So we're gonna go on a bi-weekly upload schedule now. That does mean as well that if at some point we want to, we can do longer podcasts, or you know, I can get other people in like to do like 2 podcasts and combine them, which would be quite interesting. I don't know. There's room for a lot of stuff basically.
There's things that can happen.
Yeah. Because with the service provider that I use for uploading podcasts, I think I get like 400 megs a month or something like that, which is, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you come into like the audio side of things, because it's only audio that you upload, like an hour podcast is probably like not even 60 meg. Like you can probably get it even lower than that. So you know, we can, if it's a bi-weekly thing, you get 400 megabytes a month. You know, that's basically, you know, two episodes a month, 200 megabytes. Easy clap. Easy clap.
Easy clap.
Exactly. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, again, before we get into it, is again, this is personal to me, so it's not really like news or anything, but it is, you know, it's what it is. You may be listening to this on my YouTube channel, and if you are, thank you. But if you're not, that's fine. It's not a problem. But I am going to be making a complete switch to YouTube when it comes to like streaming content and stuff like that. So I'm really excited for that. So the idea behind that is, and I'll talk about that real quick, because I'm sure Flat, you're probably curious as to why, like, I'm moving to YouTube essentially.
Of course, man.
So
Want to know.
So then there's nothing wrong with Twitch, right? I love Twitch. You know, I own a bunch of Twitch merchandise. I've got a Twitch pillow. I'm currently drinking out of a Twitch like fucking thermos flask. You know what I mean? Like, there's a picture of me floating around on the internet where I had like a big beard, where I've got like a Twitch like beanie on. I got a fucking Twitch this, Twitch that, Twitch everything. I was just like complete purple, right? So I do love Twitch. Like Twitch is great, but when it comes to like streaming, because I have like the creator dashboard open when I'm streaming, it just feels way too much like a job, if that makes any sense.
Right.
And
yeah.
And when I'm going into this, I want it to feel more like a, you know, I want it to feel like a, you know, a hobby basically. So I decided that, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna switch to YouTube. YouTube's like live streaming dashboard is a little bit more, a little less like packed and cluttered, and it feels more like a hobby. And the other thing as well is because I'm not in this for money or anything. Like I really, like, I don't care, right? I mean, obviously everyone cares.
It's a hobby, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You know, so the nice thing with YouTube is like all the VODs of like previous streams will just remain on the channel, whereas on Twitch they only last, I think it's like 14 days, unless you have Turbo or you're a what's it called, a partner, right? And then it lasts for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then they're gone. Which
yeah, they do get gone. You can download them, like you say, but it's not ideal, is it?
No, no, exactly. So it'd be nice to have those streams like forever on like a channel somewhere. So I'll probably like make a playlist and like stream in that playlist, and then they're all there for like whenever I feel nostalgic and want to go, oh yeah, I remember playing this game, that game, whatever, you know. So
Yeah, but
go on.
sorry, I'm just. I know we're going to talk about it in a minute, but I'm playing a Halo Infinite in the background here, and I've never died so much. Like this one guy with a rocket launcher, upgraded rocket launcher, man, on a rock. I'm attacking it wrong, to be fair. I'm just jumping at him, but it's funny. I swear to God, he's got a homing rocket launcher, man, and he shoots two at you at once. That's evil.
I'm pretty sure that's yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the yeah yeah. I know the one. I know the one. Um, So obviously we're gonna avoid spoilers for Halo Infinite, but we are gonna be talking about it quite a fair amount. Um, Spoiler alert, basically.
Spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about it, but we won't spoil it.
No, exactly.
Just talk about the experiences and the open world and what we think of it.
Now, this may or may not come as a shock to anyone, but I've completed it already on heroic.
Beast.
Yeah, to be fair, I did sweat the daylights out of it the last couple of days. Like you were playing the multiplayer, like, oh, come join us. I'm like, multiplayer, no. Campaign, yes.
Yeah, like last night. Yeah, it was like, come join us. We're kicking ass. And you were like, nope, nope, nope. Staying in the campaign.
I've been waiting so long for this campaign, and I tell you what, it doesn't disappoint. It just leads on to more and more questions that get answered, and then it's very confusing because when one question gets answered, another question gets asked. It's like
Oh,
two
yeah.
two more like prop up in its place. You're like, why is this? Why is that? And again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, whatever, but you know, it's really cool. I did look up the legendary ending because obviously I went through on heroic. Like I think if I do it again, I'll probably go through on legendary. Not gonna lie.
Like,
But I don't know about you. This is the weird. Okay, this is a flex. This is a bit of a flex. Do you find that like heroic it's easy, but it's also difficult? It's like
yeah, it's not,
go
if you
on.
don't be stupid about your attacks, it's easy. Like most of it. I haven't like got stuck on a point at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Um,
go on.
I haven't really got into the last missions yet, but I don't know how far through I am. You know roughly because I was explaining to you one night, but I don't
Yeah,
think I'm over halfway, and I haven't really had a problem at any of the missions or anything like that. If so, it's just me being a bit gun ho because it's fun.
oh
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. I'll admit, like I did die a fair few times to like real stupid shit, like because you know.
Getting in there with the grab hammer and just having a laugh for a minute, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh
Mm.
yeah, I forget I'm on a heroic. I can't kill them all with a grab hammer.
Yeah, it's like you go in, you grab hammer, you go, oh, no, there's my shields, and you just grapple out. You're like, bye, and then you just
Yeah,
get
yeah.
shot midair, just like, blip.
Grapple's amazing.
Oh, the grapple is like the best thing in that. So the first thing I did, by the way, when I was playing, is I started with the shields, like upgrading the shields.
So
For those that don't know, you go through, you unlock like Spartan cores, and then different abilities as you go through the game. And the abilities are basically the same ones that you would get in the multiplayer. So you grapple shot, drop wall, the sensor, and the what's the other one? The dash, right? And it's not as if you have to choose, oh, which one do you have, kind of thing. You can use them like however you want because it's all bound. I think on yours it's like the right bumper by default or something.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
you can keep swapping between them.
yeah, on PC it's like you just switch by you pressing one, two, three, or four. That's
That's a
the
lot
default.
easier.
Yeah, but I found myself accidentally bringing up the map every time I was like trying to activate the ability. I was like, oh no, and then bring up the map back down, and because it's heroic, you just slaughtered, you know. But
Too late.
well, what I will say is the open world has been amazing. I'll tell you what though, I experienced one glitch,
One glitch.
one game breaking glitch that almost like, thankfully I hit a checkpoint prior to that wasn't too far in, but it was a point where I had to like close the game and restart it.
What happened?
So it was
Is
actually
it?
yeah. So
It's not spoilers.
I'll try not to spoil it, but it was a little further in, and I assume this could happen anywhere, but it just so happened to happen with me. I grappled, and I don't know how, but somehow I went under the environment, and I was
Oh, wow.
stuck. Yeah, I was
Well,
literally stuck floating there. Like, you like look around and you just see these floating arms as you like looking around to your side. The grapple shot was like on constant cooldown. It was as if I was still using it. It was really weird.
weird. I've not had that happen, mate.
Yeah, but like I was underneath the environment. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't move. Like just stuck. So I had to restart
That
the
was
game.
that was the end of the Master Chief story then.
Yeah, it was a
Stuck in
case.
purgatory.
It was a case of either hitting restart mission, which would have taken me really far back, or hoping that the autosave would have saved me a little bit further. So when I closed and restarted, it would have taken me there. Thankfully, it wasn't too far away, so crisis averted. But I would have been pissed because it was a long fucking mission as well. Long fucking mission, and it was a pain in the ass. But what I will say though is, again, not really spoilers, but hunters are a pain in the ass as well, especially on heroic.
I've found that they take a lot of shots, but they don't like their plasma cannons. In the old ones, you took one hit from those plasma cannons and you knew it. In this one, yeah, it's knocking off about, maybe half my shield. It's not a biggie.
Mate, it's all right when they're together, but when you kill one of them and the other enrages, oh, you're fucked. It's
That's
horrible.
true.
It's,
Yeah.
It's like they both shoot you really slowly, like it's like, oh yeah, I don't care, and then you kill one of them. It's like, brother, no, and they just fire the fucking cannon like it's a machine gun. You're just like, oh, this is where I die now.
I do kind of miss the plasma cannon.
The fuel rods and stuff, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
one. Fuel rod.
yeah.
Surprised it isn't in this game, but there's enough weapons. It's not a biggie.
I
I'm
do.
not disappointed.
I do like some of the stuff, like some of the grunts, like what they come out with is so fucking funny. There was one of them where because the idea is like they have like a packs, you have like the leader, which will be like a brute or an elite, and then there'd be like a bunch of grunts, right? Now, if you kill like the leader at a pack, some of them will like freak out to the point where they like pull out 2 plasma grenades and charge you. And one of them literally turned around as I killed like the thing and went, "Screw it, we're doing this the cool way," and then just pulled out the grenades and fucking charged me. But I wasn't expecting it, so I hear this thing, and I just turn, see these 2 grenades in my face. I'm like, oh, that was it.
Game over.
I was just laughing. I was like, fair play. That's brilliant.
Yeah, the reactions from the NPC, the AI is really good. Halo's always been good for its AI, but it's on point again.
I will say, like the area is just beautiful because it's free. It's not free. It's help me, open world.
Semi-open world.
Yeah.
It's more semi-open world, isn't it? But it is pretty much open world. You just unlock different areas and then you can do it through the campaign. So you can't go everywhere at once at the beginning. You can go a lot of ways. There's a lot of area to explore and stuff. But once you do a few missions, more unlocks. And so it pretty much is open world, isn't it? The missions obviously aren't so outside. Most of them, they're curated missions, a bit like Halo was back in the day. But you've got your open world as well, which it's done well. It's not overbearing. There's not too much stuff. So it's quite nice.
Here's something I want to talk about. So I've completed it, so I'm trying not to spoil it while talking about things, but I'm curious where they're going to take it in terms of like, are they going to just add DLC to Infinite, or are they going to create a brand new like campaign and sell it through that way? I'm very curious.
I do wonder because they've got a good engine here, and I think they'll make one or two DLC before they make another game. I think they will. Obviously, next Halo will be built on just new gen consoles hardware, which is going to look so much nicer, even considering how nice it looks now. But this game's been in production for 6 years, so you imagine what they did start with texture-wise. Obviously, it's got a lot of scalability, but I doubt it. It needed that year to touch it up because it was built on Xbox One hardware originally.
Well, yeah, exactly. And there's some points where you can tell like they've really fucking worked. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like the main bad guy, Esheron, like
Sheeran.
Sheeran, Ed Sheeran, the main bad
Ed
guy.
Sheeran.
Yeah, the main bad guy, Ed Sheeran.
He's
Mm,
pretty bad. He is pretty badass.
he is a badass. But yeah, the thing is, it's really awkward, like talking about the campaign and not being able to spoil, like, oh, this happened and this happened and this happened, you know. But the story is really good, and like I say, it just like when one question gets asked, like, and gets answered, sorry, like two more like take its place, and it does leave you with so many different questions, especially like there. For those that are unaware, there is an after credits scene, so either stick around, but you can skip the credits and get straight to that scene, so you're not really going to miss out. But you know, um yeah, there is an after credit scene, and there is a legendary ending because it naturally is Halo. So if you want to know what the legendary ending is, then just Google it or something, or play through it.
Google that.
Yeah, and I will admit I watched the legendary ending, and it's not too dissimilar to okay, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
shut the fuck up basically,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah. 'Cause
Can't say too much.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm so worried that I'm tripping over my own words because I don't want to spoil it or accidentally spoil it for anyone. But yeah, the all I'm saying is definitely worth playing, and I probably will play a little bit more of the open world at some point now that I've
How
completed it.
much of the open world have you got done?
I did a fair amount. I unlocked most of the FOBs, the forward operating bases, except for like maybe two. I think I've missed out on. Um, So I got to go do those. I want to basically I do want to go through and like fully blitz everything, because once you capture a forward operating base, you can zoom in on the map and find like different things, and there's different armor customizations you can get for multiplayer and stuff like hidden in lockers. So I
Just
do.
loads.
Mm,
Collected so many.
I want to go and get like a bunch of those as well, and
Have
I'm
you
hope.
have you
Go
at
on.
one of your forward operating bases, sorry, have you called in anything and had it land on a troop yet?
No.
It's rare it happens, right? But it just happened to me again. I called in a scorpion and a guy stood underneath it. Poor guy. You know what I mean? Just
Oh
instantly
no.
dead. Yeah, that's it. Marine down, man. Marine down.
Oh, that
But
poor.
it's a rocket launcher. Thank you very much. I
Oh
mean,
dear.
there's good to be had from the horror that just unfolded.
I don't know about you, but I found there's I won't spoil it, but there's what they call it, like hunt targets or something. What was it
High
called?
value
High value
targets.
targets, yeah.
The
So
guy I was on about a minute. One of them had a rocket launcher a minute ago at the beginning of the podcast. The one I was whinging about.
yeah. Well, there's one that you can do that unlocks a gravity hammer, a different type of gravity hammer, and that thing I'm pretty sure like increases your movement speed when you have it equipped.
What?
Yeah. So like I spent the majority of like the campaign once I unlocked that, like with that out, and then roaming the map with the grapple and using that like for the speed boost. And I kid you not, like I swear I was moving faster than the warthogs and the mongoose. Probably
Moving faster than the warthog.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like obviously there's no way you can like I mean I guess you probably could like try it out like by racing the warthog and then like racing back with the thing, and timing it. I might do that actually.
I'm up in a ghost no banshee at the moment. I'm just shooting birds. Why not?
Why not? Why not?
Why not, man? Why not? The open world just gives you so many opportunities. I've had some. I imagine you have attacking some of the outposts and stuff. We've had some crazy ass stuff happen that will, you know, where it's such a sandbox in the open world, it probably won't happen again like that. I
Mm.
mean, say for example, one of these ones, I think it was an outpost, and I had two hunters there. Oh no, it was one of the AA guns I had to disable at one point, and I hit the grav lift, turned it on, and one of the hunters accidentally got in the grav lift and went up the top, and I killed him. The other one, and he was up the top, like not sure what to do. I just kept throwing grenades, and he's trying to jump back down, but he couldn't fit through. I don't know. It was just hilarious.
Couldn't get back down because the lift was pushing him back up.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
was hilarious, man. He was just stuck there. I
Oh,
just kept throwing grenades up.
that's fucking brilliant. I wish that
Yeah,
happened to me because that's such a pain in the ass.
it definitely helped.
Also, here's something that made me laugh though. Right, is I'm looking at the comments for the legendary ending, right, and someone says, "Dude, you're a legend for this," as in like for uploading it. There's parts of the game I struggled to get through on normal, Lamau, let alone legendary. I'm like,
What?
how are people struggling on normal? Like, bruh, this game's easy.
Yeah. I
Like,
think have you seen there's an achievement for completing the whole main story in under 8 hours? I'm like, oh, I'm definitely gonna be doing that. It's speed running.
yeah,
It's
I saw
asking
that.
for
It's
it.
eight completely. I'm disappointed I didn't get that. I swear, I would love to know how long I spent in the campaign. Like, I wish
I'm
there was a
surprised it
stat.
doesn't tell you.
Yeah, I wish there was a stat. Uh, I bet you I'm like fucking 5 minutes off that shit. I bet.
I mean, if you're thinking about it though, if you're just doing the main story, I can't imagine it being too bad.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
I probably,
running through the main story.
I mean, to be honest, I could probably, like, now that I know what I'm doing, I could probably get that story done in, like, fucking, I can get it done in, like, 5 hours.
Yep.
But that's because, like, you know what you're doing. You're skipping, like, the cutscenes. You're not watching things and stuff like that, right?
You're not
Like,
looking around at everything,
mm,
soaking in the atmosphere. That's what I'm doing a lot, and I'm collecting everything basically. So it's like, man,
but
every time I get to a new area, I'm like getting all the bases, collecting everything. It's taking time, but I'm enjoying it.
yeah, the nice thing is that I didn't actually get that achievement, right? So in a way, it means the game, and I feel like I rushed the game, right? I feel like I rushed it, but I clearly didn't because I didn't get the 8 hour achievement. So
It's true.
so clearly it's got 8 hours plus, and that's typical for a Halo game, to be honest.
I'd like to look at. Suppose I haven't got stats because I can't look at how long I've played it because it's joined in with the multiplayer. So if I look at how long I've been playing it, I won't be able to tell.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably stats somewhere hidden away, but
Normally is in Halo games, isn't there?
yeah. Oh my god, there's another comment underneath this thing. It says, "It took me a lot of persistence and rage, but I eventually got through it." Talking about getting through it on normal, bro. For fuck's sake, that was gonna be my
Wow.
own. That was gonna be my only complaint. Like, there was points of the game where like it felt really fucking easy. Like, like you take a brute out in a couple of shots. You're like, okay, that's not meant to be a thing in heroic. Um, you know, and you just be like, okay, like I shouldn't. There's a lot of stuff that I got away with that you shouldn't be able to get away with on heroic, right? Being out in
Yeah.
the open for one, and I was just like, how am I getting away with this, right? And I'm like, but then there were other parts where like it was genuinely really fucking tough, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this makes sense. So I. After a while, I kind of felt like heroic was probably like the way the game's meant to be played, but at the same time, I'm not like sure, I'm judging people for struggling on fucking normal, right? I mean, but I'm not.
Kind of have to. You know,
Yeah.
when I suppose it's because we played a lot of Halo, so we kind of know what the crack is, especially on harder difficulties
Mm.
normally. I'm only finding the occasional elite to be hard. Most of the gold elites go down so easy, but the occasional one, you just won't die for some reason.
Mm. Yeah, it's like I think the elites and like the brutes as well have like a different ranking system, so to speak, and they've always had it anyway. So like you have like your regular ones, which would be like blue, then you got like you have like I think it's red, and then it's like uh gold, and then platinum. I think for
Yeah,
elites, something like that. It could be the other way around, but like, and like depending on what they are, depends on how tough they are, how much like bullets they're gonna take and stuff like that, how much damage they'll take even. And I think the same is with the brutes as well. Like you can tell when it's gonna be a tougher brute because their armor's like a lot more like prominent.
a lot more shiny.
Yeah, and so you can tell when you're gonna be in for a fight. But like for the most part, like I felt like it was pretty easy. Like there was a lot of times where like it would like you get to a point where there would be a random ghost just like sat there, and you're like, okay, and you just go around splattering like everything.
Oh my god, the ghost splatters
Yeah,
yeah, I can't help it. You're getting a ghost and go and attack an outpost, and everything's gonna get splattered, and it's just funny. It really is funny. You have to be careful though, because if out of
It's
nowhere, as you like random grenades stick to you,
yeah.
but it is funny.
You splat someone, do a 180, go to splat another one, and a random grunt just gets that lucky stick on the side, and you're just like, oh, okay, mate.
Oh, goodbye. It only takes one stick, doesn't it, and you're
Mm.
done.
There's a few things though. There's a few things like and you can do it in multiplayer as well. But like if someone like if like an elite or whatever grapples like your vehicle or something, you can like get off and then just get back on again. Yeah. There's I saw it in Defend the House. I think it is. They do a lot of like myth busting, and it's really cool. So like they were in a Banshee, and they like, so this is for multiplayer, by the way. So they were flying around in the Banshee, and obviously they grapple it to like hijack it. But like the moment, like you got to time it right, but you can like jump out of the Banshee and kick the person that's grappling like off, and then jump straight back in. It's really fucking cool. Like when you do it.
Fair play. You just got to time it just right.
You got to time it just right, and you can just like, it's like the moment they go to like board it from like behind or whatever, like you come out and it basically kicks them off.
Ah, fair play. I mean, I had it last night when I was playing multiplayer. I was in a Banshee and someone grappled me, and I just nosedived it to the ground, got it stuck in the floor. Well, not stuck, but stuck in the corner. And then by the time he managed to try and get out, I'd already restolen it. Like literally just try and stitch yourself in a corner somewhere if he's going to take it off you. Have you drove someone off a cliff yet?
Oh yeah,
When they
of
were
course.
like,
Yeah.
oh yes. So they go and like take your warthog and you drive them towards a cliff. Like, you're coming with me, so you're coming with me, fool.
The best thing, the best thing you can do with that, right, is like instead of like driving them off, it's like you spin it so that when they get out of the vehicle, they just instantly go off the cliff, and you just leave them there. You just leave them there.
There's no safety. To be honest, mate, you can change seat. People don't know that.
Yeah.
On console, it's everybody that's listening. It's really important, especially in multiplayer. Just drive your own warthog if no one gets in with you. Just hold down A. You'll jump straight in the gunner seat, gun someone down, hold down A, get back in, drive off.
That's sick, man. That's sick.
There's a lot of the old Halos. There was never a switch, was there? You couldn't switch. You could never switch seat.
Nah, exactly. But, yeah. Mate, there's so much I want to talk about with the campaign, and it's just spoilers, and it's just, so I'm gonna move on slightly, if that's okay, because
Of course, man.
Okay. So the same week that the Halo Infinite campaign comes out, what else comes out? Final Fantasy 14, Endwalker. Yep, Endwalker. And I haven't put much time into it as much as I'd like, because obviously Halo came out, and I'm more of a Halo fanboy than a Final Fantasy 14 fanboy, and Final Fantasy in general. But now that I've completed Halo, it means I can switch back and start like smashing in No Life in Endwalker. But dude, the new class is amazing. The new classes are amazing. Sorry. So you have the Reaper and you have the Sage. Now the Sage seems a little bit more like complicated. Like I tried learning it and I'm like, this is a bit out of my league. But Reaper, like I sat down, like I think I streamed a little bit on YouTube actually at this point, and I sat there, I learned, I went to a training dummy. I'm like, okay, because when you unlock it, you unlock it at level 70, so it's already a high end leveled job. Like once you've unlocked it, right? And
Oops.
And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at all the different buttons, all the different like abilities, reading all the tooltips, what they combo with, what will work well, stuff like that. And I figured it out pretty much on day one. And I was going into like dungeons and stuff, because like you can't do any of the story content unless you get to level 80, like for Endwalker. So being level 70, you can't do that. So I had to level up my Reaper, and that was a bit of a pain in the ass, because I spent like a whole weekend just trying to do that. But I finally done it, and I tell you what, going through like the dungeons, and obviously because a lot of people are trying to level up their Reapers and Sages, so most of the DPS and like the healer slots are just fucking Reapers and Sages. Nobody knows how to play the fucking Reaper. Like, I'm just like, bruh, what the fuck? So like the cool thing with the Reapers, like they've got like a really nice like combo that they can do for like a single damage, and then they've got like a really nice combo they can do for like high end, like not so much high end, sorry, but for like AoE type damage type of thing for like group damage. And there's both the combo for the AoE and the single target like have an ability to, I think it's called Death's Design is the debuff that you can apply, but they have like one that you can apply to like everyone in that area, and one's obviously for single target, but like it deals damage anyway, and it applies this debuff to enemies which is called Death's Design, which basically allows all of your like attacks to do a further 10% extra damage on top of what they would normally do.
Party or just solo buff?
I think it's just a solo buff, right?
Cool.
But these Reapers aren't fucking applying, because you can see on the enemies like what's been applied to them, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you know any MMO like good standing MMO should have that, right? And I'm only seeing like my thing come on, and I'm like, bruh, what you doing? Why are you not fucking getting your extra 10% damage? Like you should be fucking nailing this, and you
There's no other
don't.
way of specking to work around that and not have that, or I'm not too sure because obviously I've never really played it. But
Nah,
is
I'm
there
just talking like
that
the
they should be using it no matter what spec?
like no, there's no like different specs. You can't be like a tank spec fucking Reaper, for example, right? It is
Ah,
pure like DPS. You have the same abilities, like the same motive type of thing. But
yeah.
you know, um, so I'm not seeing them using. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm not, because you can't call them out. This is the thing, because their TOS is very much like um like you call someone out, you're the one that gets in trouble for it, which is really weird. So like because they don't like the toxic behavior, and they feel like telling someone how to play is like can be deemed as toxic. Sorry, my mic peaked for a second there. I'm really sorry. Um,
That, oh yeah, they wouldn't have liked World of Warcraft then
nah.
back in the day. God,
Yeah, it's
vicious.
it it's crazy. It's crazy. So like you can't turn around and be like, oh yeah, by the way, you might want to think about applying this for extra damage, like because you get told off for that.
You can't send them like a private message and be like, "Oh, you seen this? This might
Nah,
help or whatever."
nah,
Like,
because like
not
it
even.
can be deemed as toxic behavior. It's really weird, but it is what it is. I mean, like you never probably never gonna party with that person again, so it's what it's all good. But man, it's so fucking fun to play. So fucking fun. Really high damage, and then like you go through it and you unlock more abilities as you level up naturally. But then you have like job quests, and some of the job quests is the only way you can get like other abilities for that class, which is really cool because I unlocked like a really fucking like I swear to God, the Reaper is like the highest DPS that game's got right now. Like the
Really?
strongest DPS. It is that strong. It is ridiculous. Like I got paired into like one dungeon because obviously like I was dungeon spamming to level up, and I kid you not, I got paired with like one Reaper. He didn't know what he was doing, and like but like we went through it, and it maybe took us about like 10-15 minutes, whatever, right? But then I got paired with a Reaper that knew what they were doing, and obviously I knew what I was doing, and we fucking sped run that fucking dungeon. Like things that took us like before like a couple of minutes to clear like a pack or whatever took us like seconds. We just
Yeah.
fucking obliterated. It was great. It was such a good feeling. And
Now I noticed that when it first came out, that Endwalker, like you can tell the sentiment between the fans because normally when an MMO like that gets released an add-on and people can't join for 6 to 8 hours, the internet's mad. But people couldn't join for 6 to 8 hours, and people were like, "Yo, Yoshi P, that's fine. We understand you've created an amazing game. We're happy to wait." I mean, that's
like
nice. That's unusual.
the really nice thing as well is Square Enix turned around as well, literally after the first few days of, and this is for the early access side of thing as well, because the first few days of early access release, obviously there was long queues, like 3-4 hour queues, sometimes longer. Um, and they literally turned around and said, "We're really sorry." Says we're going to give everyone 7 days because obviously it's a subscription based game. we're gonna give everyone like 7 days like of like game time like for free. And then they said they might even extend it depending on how bad like it gets like throughout the week and like throughout the launch and stuff. And
It's nice of them.
the thing is like you look at that and then you compare it to something like Activision Blizzard, which we're gonna talk about yet a fucking again in a minute.
Yes.
Like Activision Blizzard, like they would, you know, you get that and they'd be like, oh yeah, we gotta wait like fucking queue times. They're like, sorry, bro. Like that's it. They'd just be like, nah. They wouldn't even, probably wouldn't even apologize.
It is what it is.
You get no fucking free game time, no nothing. It's ridiculous. But like Square Enix, they turn around like, oh, we're really sorry. We'll give you this, we'll give you that, and I wouldn't be surprised if they give some more stuff away like very soon, because I'm sure the queue times are probably still really long. But
Yeah, would you wait in like 6 hours or something?
I think it was only like 2 or 3 hours in the end.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. Like, but
Not for the start of it. Those people that don't know what we're talking about, like on MMOs kind of thing, that isn't actually too bad. Not with a brand new add-on, with how popular the game has got over the last year.
Mate,
it's a ridiculous amount of people playing it now.
Speaking of that, it won the Game Awards were actually on Thursday night. I don't know if you got a chance to watch those or not.
How did I not watch them?
Did you watch it?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I missed that.
Yeah, it was Thursday night, so going Friday morning for us.
Didn't Xbox show a load of stuff?
Xbox showed a lot of stuff. There was a lot of games shown, games that I'm interested in, some games I'm not interested in.
Can we talk about it? What trailers were you seeing? I mean, was Hellblade shown?
Hellblade did get shown. Hellblade did get shown.
Gameplay?
I don't think it was gameplay because I didn't get a chance to like fully like immerse myself in the actual like stuff, like in the, you know, because I was very distracted at the time. Need say more. So I was very distracted, so I didn't get a chance to like fully commit my eyes on, but like
fully commit my eyes. I like that.
Put it in a way that doesn't get me in trouble, clearly. But yeah. So you know, I was listening, basically listening. And I tell you what, like Hellblade looked good. I mean, they showed it was more CGI stuff. There was an Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 got announced for 2023.
I thought it might finally.
Yeah, and they've said that they're going down a survival horror route rather than the action adventure type of style it was.
Good. I'm up for that.
They showed there's
again. Did it show in-game footage, or was it just some kind of announcement?
It was just an announcement type trailer, so it was more CGI if anything. What else did they show? They showed God, I'm trying to think now. They showed the trailer for Sonic 2, the movie. So they showed a movie trailer, which is really cool. Again,
I haven't seen the first one.
It's actually not bad. It's not bad.
Is it? Yeah. Jim Carrey's in it, and he might actually play a good part in it. He's normally quite a good actor.
Yeah,
to be fair. People slate him, but I think he's all right.
He really portrayed Robotnik really well.
Which is weird because Robotnik's normally a big bloke, but completely different this time. But
yeah, cool. His portrayal was really fucking good in that film. But yeah, what else was there shown? There was oh fuck. It's gonna annoy me now. I'm gonna have to look this up. Sorry, give me a second. And entertain the fans for me for a sec while I.
All right, I'm just dealing with a couple of brute snipers at the moment. Brute snipers in this game. Is it because I didn't play Halo 4 and 5 much, so I've never really seen them, or am I just it's just, are they pretty new?
Somewhat new. I think they all pick up like all random types of weapons. Here we go.
You can tell a brute sniper because they've got that kind of like it looks like a spear on the back of them, like a little radar thing.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I've got a list of all the stuff that was announced. So you got Hellblade 2. So Senua's Sacrifice as Hellblade 2. There's a new Star Wars game, Star Wars Eclipse. Um, Apparently it's
Isn't that
set
being?
on.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. I can't remember who
Yeah.
it's being made by though.
Quantic Dream.
Yeah, yeah, the guys that make all the random story kind of game. It might be good. I'm
There's a
interested.
Wonder Woman Wonder Woman game that's coming out, which surprised me. Like, made by the same people who made Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, so that could be good.
It
Um,
sounds good, but what the hell? It sounds really random at the same time as well, doesn't it?
there's apparently a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming out, and it's a multiplayer Texas Chainsaw Massacre game.
That's going to be like Dead by Daylight and all that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what it's sort of going by. Um, Homeworld 3, they showed gameplay trailer for that. Um, The Expanse, which is some TV spin-off for some Amazon game made by Telltale Games. Alan Wake 2, blah blah blah. Final Fantasy 7 remakes coming to PC. So I'm just going
PC, not
PC.
Xbox yet.
No, just PC.
Wow.
They showed the new Horizon Forbidden West, which is the new game for Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep.
Destiny 2 DLC or expansion, which is coming out in February, is called The Witch Queen. That interests me, even though I've not played Destiny in a while, and I kind of want to, but I probably will. I probably will get back into Destiny at some point. It's just pissed me off where you can't go back to the old raids, because when I loaded it up for the first time, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do raid help because I've got the right level for some of the old raids. Can't fucking do it because
Yeah, that's what's put me off. I played it again recently, and well, not recently, a few months back. Tried getting into it, and there's a lot of new stuff. It's cool, but all the old stuff's gone, man. It's gone. Like, and it's just weird. So, like, say for example, you're buying Destiny 2 with the new expansion. Don't quote me on this, but as far as I'm aware, they're voting the Taken King in that. So they're voting like you can't play the original Destiny 2 story now, can you? You automatically
no,
get moved forward. So that's really, I find that a bit baffling. You know, you got all this content that made the game what it is, and you can't play it.
yeah,
Like,
it's a
say for a
shame.
new player, that'd be really weird.
Mm. Like it is a shame because like I would love to go through the Red War like story again, like fighting Gaul and stuff like that, but you can't do none of that. Like, and to a new player, they won't even know who the fuck Gaul is. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and I know I got a lot of story on in Destiny 2 to catch up on, but it's just like it is what it is. Like it's just
I think they're voting that bit with Cade or whatever, aren't they? So you won't even see that anymore.
oh
But
no,
as far as I know, I never even played that, so I'm never going to get to see that. You know
mate.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Which is really weird, considering I was into Destiny 1 a lot. I know the characters, but yeah, I just never got around to it, and I don't think obviously I never will now. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But they showed in this trailer they showed the knights, the Hive Knights.
Yep.
Yeah, it refused to die. It had a ghost.
A Hive Knight that had a ghost.
It had a ghost. Yeah, so like when it died, you know how like when a guardian dies, like it has that little ghost that like sort of floats and then you come back. Yeah, it did that.
Respawns.
Yeah, it did that. Yeah, and they had to like grab this like ghost and like crush it and destroy it. But like, it's really interesting. I think that's yeah. So it's like the Hive are now like utilizing like the powers of the light. So like, I really like that twist because they sort of did. Again, I don't know much about the story past Forsaken, which is the one with Cade. I played that and I didn't really play much after that. So I think I stopped playing when the Last Wish raid came out, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. But yeah, it looks good. It's drawing me back into wanting to play Destiny 2 again. and they're doing like a 30th anniversary event for Bungie, so they got like a lot of like Halo references in there. There's a lot of Marathon references like in Destiny 2 as well. Like I think it's really cool like what they're doing with it, but like it's just it. I guess it's out of stubbornness. Like I refuse to like get back into it because of like them vaulting stuff. But I think like if you go through it and play it or whatever, like it's not like I like I understand it in a way because like as like the game like continues to evolve, eventually like content like from like the past like however many years ago is either going to become like obsolete anyway, like because you're just gonna have like all these different weapons spawning, or like there's gonna be like different bugs because of different things that they didn't obviously prepare for like from back then, so like different abilities that you have now and all that kind of stuff. But it's like yeah,
It's weird. I can understand why
yeah,
they do it, but at the same time, it would be really nice if they didn't.
it'd be
Like,
really
it would be
nice.
really nice.
Yeah,
Like,
be
I
really
don't.
nice if they decided to
Yeah,
go, actually, we'll just do a Destiny 3 and have it exactly how we fucking want and leave everything fucking unbolted. But,
Destiny 3 will arrive in like probably about 3-4 years.
yeah, I think with COVID hitting, I reckon, pin me on this, but I reckon we'll hear more about Destiny 3 probably in 2023. I don't think we'll hear about anything next year
No, no,
because,
it's too soon.
yeah, because they're releasing the expansion next year for the Witch Queen, right? So we won't hear anything from them until I think 2023, and I think if anything, it'll be either 2020. I reckon 2024 or 2025 is when we'll get the new Destiny 3. But that's just a prediction. Is what it is.
Sounds
Anyway,
about right.
new games. There's Slitterhead. It's a new horror game made by the same people who made Silent Hill. So that looked pretty interesting. The Lord of the Rings Gollum. This is a game about Gollum. Could be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I'll
I've heard
definitely
about
give it
that
a
one
go.
being made.
DLC for Cuphead coming out in summer of next year. They actually gave a date, June 30th. That would look pretty fucking good, actually. I mean, Cuphead was really good anyway, but yeah. And the most exciting thing, which I was excited for, and I know my brother was certainly excited for, is a new Warhammer game for Space Marine, Space Marine 2. Fucking
Space Marine 2. Was that. Were we talking about the original old one, which was third person?
think so.
So it was like third person and it was like an action adventure. Imagine a little bit, I'm not gonna, it's not exactly, but imagine a little bit like Gears of War, but with Space Marines.
I mean, Space Marines are badass anyway.
It was quite nuts. I remember it. I remember it, man.
Mm.
This was Xbox 360 generation, I think.
Yes, yeah, I think so.
I mean, damn, we're getting old.
Wait, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. There is no way they announced that. Wait there. No, I've got to check this now. There's no fucking way. Oh my god, they fucking did. Among Us VR.
Oh man.
Oh my god. It looks like the VR chat version, but like what the fuck?
You heard about what modders are doing? Like, they reckon Cyberpunk will be VR in about a month. There's a modder that's doing it.
Mate, I'm down to give that a go.
Cyberpunk VR would be like, there's no understating how many bugs there were when it released, right? And there's no overstating how good the world can be. You know what I mean? Like how amazing the actual experience can be stood in that world and the immersion that can be there. Unless you get like a bug, which will happen every 5 minutes, someone will walk on top of something that's not supposed to. But in VR, that must be amazing, dude. You've got a PC to run it now. You're gonna love that in VR.
Mate, I'm gonna fucking smash the daylights out of that. Like, um,
Have you completed it?
what?
Cyberpunk.
No, no,
You never...
no, I didn't even fucking start it, mate.
Oh, mate, I'll be honest. I've said it to everyone. It may be buggy as shit, but the story and the main game itself, there's a reason I 100%ed it.
Hmm.
You know, it's really good story, man. It's unique. You different, very different, and you know, old Keanu Reeves plays quite a good part in it. The story between your main character and him. I won't spoil anything because you haven't played it, but there's a good story there.
I'll definitely give it a go. So another thing that they announced is PUBG is going free to play in January.
Got
So
fucking time. I almost bought that the other day on PC. People keep telling me to buy it, and I keep looking at it. It's 20 quid, and I'm like, ouch! I've got it on Xbox, but it's not cross-play. Like, I can't warrant it, you know.
mm,
Finally, it's free to play. Excellent.
yeah, there's what else is there? There's I'm just looking for all the other stuff that's interesting. Babylon's
Yeah.
Fall looks pretty good. So that's a PlayStation game. There's so many games that they announced. There's so many different games. So many different
Anything on
creators and stuff.
anything on Perfect Dark or anything
Nah, they
on?
didn't. Nah, didn't show nothing like that.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, should we end this podcast on a low note?
On a low note.
On a low note, we'll talk about fucking. No, we'll end it on a high note, but we need to get a little bit more serious now with Activision
Yeah.
Blizzard. I don't know if you've heard this. I don't know if I showed you this or not, but yeah, I did. So there's more news coming out about Activision Blizzard, and apparently there was a woman who was, nursing their child, and their child wasn't able to latch properly, so they had to pump milk and basically bottle breast milk basically, and they stored it in like bags and stuff, that was clearly marked like titty milk, right? And stored it in, I think it was a specialized fridge or something. I'm not entirely sure on the details there, but yeah, that milk got stolen.
I don't want to put a bad spin on it, but I'm going to have to, make a little joke out of this, even though it shouldn't be. If someone labels something titty milk, like, I'm probably going to drink it myself.
Bruh.
I'm joking, by the
No,
way.
yeah, I
But
know
titty
you.
milk, labeled titty milk, that would be, that, I would just laugh.
It clearly wasn't labeled titty milk. It was clearly
No,
labeled
no,
like something a little bit less sort of like,
probably Oscar's milk or something, what I mean? Saying the kid was Oscar or something.
No, I think it had like the little symbol of a baby or something that they put on there and whatever. But they clearly marked it as like, being what it was. And yeah, it went missing. But apparently all the other stuff that was like left in this fridge was like still there. But this, and the thing is, there's creepy things about it. So one is it's creepy enough anyway, but two, right? Like people don't understand that that because the baby like wasn't latching and stuff, like that baby's going hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's important.
Like it's not as if you can suddenly go, oh yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna pump some more fucking milk out my tits. You know what I mean? Like it's it's not as simple as that. And
It's a finite amount per hour and all that.
it's like, I mean, obviously I'm not, I'll be real, I don't know how a fucking female body works. I'm a fucking man, but it's disgusting on so many different levels. It's disgusting that they fucking stole it and like whatever creepy fucking means they decided to do with it. But it's also disgusting because they're stealing like basically a child's fucking food. It's
That's
just
true.
creepy.
And you look at it that way as well. It's two sorts of weirdness, isn't it?
It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking wrong. Like it. And it pisses me off even more. I'm fucking glad that I'm not buying any Activision fucking Blizzard shit. Like, because that is just... That's just like the fucking icing on the fucking shit show of a
You
cake.
heard about what they did with Raven recently?
No?
So Raven is one of their companies that help make a third-party company that works with Activision to make Call of Duty, and they make Warzone and stuff. They do lots and bits and bobs, help out.
Right.
I think it was... I don't quote me. It's over 20 or 40% of their Q&A testers have now been sacked, just because they want to make more money. See, the problem is each year they've got to make it look like they're gaining more money, right, to the investors. So it's a never-ending fucking chain. If every year they got to be like, we're going to gain more, we're going to gain more, but it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable growth, and so the only way they can get more money is to fire people sometimes, and then those up top get huge bonuses when they're just firing people and they don't need to. It's really rough, and a lot of the people in Raven have actually had a walkout because of this, because they're like, look, they actually said to these people, look, become Q&A testers, move over here. So all these people moved with no like incentive, no like help to move, and then 3 months later, they now said, oh, you're out of a job. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
that's so
so
fucked, man.
so bad.
Like it's devastating that like there's employers that will treat people in such a way, and it's
It's not like the company's losing money either. I mean, Warzone made them like 2 billion last year. It made, you know what I mean? Like, what? And then they're firing people that are working on it. Like, guys, how much money do you need to make? How greedy do you need to be? You
yo,
know, like
I
it's getting ridiculous.
I ain't being funny, but there's like employers that make less than that, right? Less than like 2 billion. In fact, Activision got so many fucking fingers in so many different pies. They own King, so like, you know, all the mobile fucking game shit. Like they got so many fingers in so many different pies, and you're telling me they can't fucking like afford to hire X amount of employees? Nah, fuck off. That's weird. That's kind of
Yeah,
weird, champ.
just keep them on. You know what I mean? Not even hiring. Just look after the staff that you've already promised jobs to.
It's
I'd
like,
understand if Warzone was losing money, or if they were like, "Oh God, you know, the business is doing a bit crap. I'm really sorry, we've got to let a few go." But it's not like that. It's just the fat cats going, "Hang on, we can hit our bonus if we fire all these people."
mm.
You know, it's just not right.
I was like, Warzone apparently released a new map, and there's been a lot of bugs of it already. And I'm not surprised. Like the people working there, like they're in such shit conditions at this point. They got fucking the entirety of the world's eyes, like basically on them, right? And they're getting treated like shit. They're probably being overworked as well, like for the ones that are like not being nasty. But like it's just like, god damn it. And it's like what's sad is like you've got all this news coming out saying like, oh yeah, no, we you know they're fucking doing all this nasty shit, and then they're like, hey, we're hiring more women, come work for us. It's like, if you're a woman and you heard like, oh yeah, by the way, this company like will do all this nasty stuff to you, right? And then the company turns around and says, oh yeah, we're hiring women, like you just be like, nah, fuck off. I'll go somewhere that actually will treat me like a fucking human.
2 6, right?
Like, fuck. The whole situation, like, really fucking rattles my gears and really pisses me off. Like, just, it really does. So so let's just, I think we just fucking end it on a fucking high note and talk about fucking Halo. I fucking love that. Man, guys, if you haven't had the chance to play like the Halo campaign, definitely do it. It's so fucking fun. It is so fun. Like the campaign's brilliant. The multiplayer is brilliant. Multiplayer is free to play as well, so you've got no fucking excuse to not play the multiplayer. I mean, sure you can boycott it if you want because of the microtransactions, but like sure, how I mean, it is what the I'm not a fan of it. I've bought into it, so I can't actually have a like I'll be 100% real with you. I have bought stuff from the store, and I have bought stuff in the battle pass. I have completed the battle pass in terms of paying for it, so I can't actually have a voice. I'll be honest with you, but I still don't agree with the way that they've done the store and stuff. Like, just saying
Battle Pass, and I
yeah.
apologise on that one. That was carol singers coming around asking me if I want to join a bunch of carol singers. I don't think I've quite got the voice for that.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, that was really quite random. You're talking about the store, like with the battle pass. They seem to be sorting out now because they're giving XP like more per game, but the store's ridiculous. I mean, the battle pass isn't so bad. I'm level 40 something now, you know, and I've got over 130 days to finish it. So I'm actually thinking that the battle passes are going on too long now. You know,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
thing I need to ask, Rose, is that when you hit the end of the battle pass, do you still keep collecting every few levels? Do you still get a challenge swap?
You only get that through the battle pass, I think.
So, say for example,
So you
you've
don't
got
level up any further than 100.
so like and normally, so that means once you've used all your challenge swaps for the 150 days through the battle pass, you're never going to get one again.
You have to buy them.
That's
You have to buy
that
you
ain't
have to buy them.
that's weird. I mean, I know they're doing this Game Pass thing every month. They're giving bonus stuff from Game Pass, which is nice because at the moment now I've got a green skin, a load of XP boosters, and a load of challenges. Hopefully they keep doing that. To anyone who is listening, by the way, I would suggest you do that if you've got Game Pass. Click the perk, get the extra skins for the online, get the extra XP bonus. Apparently they're doing that once a month, mate.
Nice, nice. But yeah, we'll end it on a positive note. Talk about Halo, kind of a little bit. I mean, it ended up in a negative note, but it's fine. It's what it is. Anyway, guys,
Talk about Halo, mate. Are these brutes that they chase you, the ones that run? Oh my god, do they run fast?
mate, some of them are fucking teleported up to my face. I'm like, Jesus. And you like grapple away, you turn around, they're back in your face again. It's like, oh my god. Fucking mental.
Can't get away from them. They're just so fast.
They're fucking mental. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you listening to this podcast. As always, we will we won't be here next week because obviously we got the week off, so enjoy that. Hopefully we can get Inferno back at some point, but like I say, it's you know, is what it is. Oh shit, I just realized.
Oh,
if we're doing the whole 1 week on, 1 week off, we're not fucking recording on Christmas Day.
we're not.
Fucking no, you fucking taking the piss.
Well, you've actually got things to do on Christmas.
Apparently. But we'll have a Christmas special go out. We'll put it out. We'll put a Christmas special out on fucking Christmas.
We'll do it at some point.
Yeah, we'll I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll record it like I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do. But we'll have a Christmas special. It will go out on Christmas Day. I say that now. Okay, I say that now. Don't take it like as gospel.
Don't take it as gospel
because I don't hold myself to my own fucking like schedule. So like, hopefully we'll have one out Christmas Day.
We'll try.
We'll try.
That's what I normally say. I'll try.
Yeah, but for the record, okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, no, it's not fine. Okay, for the record, I'm trying to figure out like schedules and stuff. If touch wood, if things go to plan, I'm going away. I'm physically like leaving the country, for New Year's, like the week of New Year's. So I'm celebrating New Year's out of the country. Again, touch wood, if things go to plan. With COVID and whatnot. So because of that, there will be a bit of a delay in the podcast after the next episode. That's if we do a Christmas special. But yeah, so that's the other thing. So just keep in mind after New Year's, we'll have the new schedule roll in. December's going to be a bit of a fucky mess anyway. So So starting in January, we'll have the new schedule. It'll be once every 2 weeks. That will allow us to do longer episodes, add more stuff to the shows if we want to, stuff like that. It'll be fun. Give you guys more stuff to listen to. I mean, I do kind of want to try and keep it to an hour, but like, fuck it. Who gives a shit at this point? You know what I mean?
Hey.
Like, I know people tend to enjoy longer like podcasts. Some people tend to enjoy short ones. I don't know what you guys like to listen to. I think you just listen to it for the sound of Flat's sexy voice. That's pretty much what it is.
Well, I highly doubt that, mate. But you know, there is some.
Yeah, but yeah, if you want Flat's sexy voice, I'm sorry. He's taken. He's my baby. He's my boy.
Well,
my bitch.
Boys, there's only a finite amount of time in this world, man. I can only commit to so much.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it from me. So if you want to see me, I'm going to be on YouTube. So just search 5 Large Fries. And that's, I mean, it's wherever you're getting this fucking podcast. If you listen, fuck it. I'm just talking too much. I'm going to shut up. Have an outro.
It's been me, Flatline Plays. Thanks very much for listening. I'll be over on Twitch if you need me. Come give me some abuse over there. I always appreciate it. As it says in my profile, the king of talking nonsense, and I try and keep to that.
Right. Take care, guys, and we will see you Christmas time.
Christmas time.
Mistletoe and wine.
Wine.
See you later, guys.
Bye bye.